All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching a live chat with RFA. I'm your host, Sergio Galeano. I'm just a music fan who likes talking to musicians about music. I'm here with RFA frontman, Dan Cousart.
Hello.
And bassist, Brenden McHale.
Yes.
Yes, that is correct.
How are we?
Yeah, so, for you guys and for the world, this is just a show where we talk to you guys, our guests, about the music they do, about, the things that they enjoy, and about how Jeremy is an idiot. No, I'm sorry. That was too soon of a joke.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, so tell me about you guys. Where are you guys from? Where's your music come from? That's usually how we like to start the show. So
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Brennan?
Well, I'm from Morristown, New Jersey originally. Born and bred. Went to Philadelphia for high school, St. Joe's Prep, where I met this guy and a couple of the other members in RFA.
Who are they?
Christian Terzo-Egan and Alec
Powell.
Powell.
Like
I don't know why there was so much
POW?
depth on his name,
No.
but yes.
Powell. Yeah.
Oh, Powell.
Your best
Okay.
Powell.
No, yeah.
And yeah, so
He never came back.
So we met each other. We met each other in high school, and I was actually in a different band with Christian, our guitar player, and he played drums, and I played guitar and sang, and so that's how we met. And I always knew these other guys played music, but then they formed RFA without me, not in a negative way, just before me, I should say. Yeah.
It's like you're just like wiping a tear away.
They didn't ask me to join.
What does RFA stand for? What is that?
It's whatever you want it to be.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
Really? How'd you come up with that name? Those are just a random.
Well, Christian, Alec, and I formed the band in sophomore year of high school, and we were originally the Really Fast Automobiles.
Wow.
It was kind of like a cheeky,
That's
we
cool.
because we wanted to be like the Turbo Fruits and just like just really loud, just guitar band. And we were like, oh, it's like a 50s kind of like, cheeky. And then after a while, it started to get like kind of weird, and we were just like RFA. That sounds cooler,
It does.
So we just kind of stuck with that.
So you guys have been up to a lot lately. Most notably, recently, you guys shot a music video. I don't know if we're cool with talking about how you guys shot that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Are you guys like talking about it like on social media at all? Like,
Yeah.
Is there hype?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we need to find out when it's coming out. I think it's kind of indefinite. So
we're
like,
in the process
we're
of
gonna hype
figuring
it
that
up then when we know when it's coming out and stuff like that.
It's a new song too, so it's sort of an old one that they recorded before I was even in the band, and we've how we
Sniffles.
and we play it so much different now than how they recorded originally. It's a lot faster. I think it's a lot, it's just more mature, I think, like the individual parts. So they, we re-recorded it with a Converse session we got in New York, in Brooklyn. It's a Converse brings in bands to record like rubber tracks, they call it. Then we got free shoes, which was cool.
That's
like
cool.
Really nice studio,
awesome,
yeah. So that was a really big opportunity we got. And so we have this song. It sounds really great. It's we were like, what do we do with it? Like, let's make a video. So
Yeah.
I saw like Snapchats and stuff about it. It was like a 360 kind of deep. I don't understand how that worked. Like, what'd you guys do for it? Like, how was it working?
So I think like Matt and Mark, they just set up
Bahama Jeff.
Oh, Bahama Jeff Productions.
Yeah,
right, of course.
they set up a this weird little like, it's like a thin. It almost looks like a
flash drive or
phone
something. Yeah,
like
like
that.
Whoa.
And just had like just a lens like that would go like that on both sides.
So you can do like VR with it, like
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
what?
Yeah, it's fucking,
And they had
it's really
they had
crazy,
it was the studio and the film department. They had a setup with the lights, and we got a bunch of friends, texted like everyone we knew, got them real drunk in our room before, and it sounds a lot weirder coming out of my mouth. Yeah. It sounded normal in my head. They actively chose to get drunk,
Right, of course.
by our help. But they, we made it like a whole big party kind of thing. So we had them all in our room, and that was really Mark Albini really sort of hyped up the whole thing because he was the director, and he was he like came in the room and was like, let's all do shots, everything. And we were like setting up downstairs.
What
there
a
were
party,
people upstairs.
man.
Because
Yeah,
our room was in the same building as the film studio, so we could kind of go in
Oh,
and
we got
upstairs.
okay up in the.
And so it was
We probably had about like.
it was a lot of fun though. There were like
people in
there were I counted there were I think 19 or no 23 people I think was at the most people we had in there. We did a couple takes and some people like left, but with all the people that came, it was great. They were dancing and it's sort of just us four around the mic, and then they're kind of making a circle around us just dancing.
Right.
It's very like everyone's just together. It's real cool
when they're in the shot.
Yeah, and it was interactive. I mean, they were right behind us. We were all just kind of having a good time, and we would play the song, obviously, and then we would play to the song that was being pumped out through the speakers, so that it matched up. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was pretty stressful just getting everyone together, but it was good.
Yeah, I mean that's just how it goes with shoots like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, now we've gotten to the portion of the show where it goes completely off the rails. That's just the trend of how it's been with some bands. So,
All right, let's do it.
Recently, I went to a White Denim show. You guys know White Denim?
Yeah.
No, White Denim, amazing band. Check them out. That's a shout out.
Yeah, they're great.
That's a free one, White
Denim.
Denim, just for you guys.
Denim.
Seriously, I've been to a handful, like a few dozen shows in my lifetime, and they knocked every single one off of like my list. Like seriously, their top. Their set list was like ultimate fan service. I've never seen like they're in the part of their tour where like they like memorized it all at this point, so like they didn't have like a list. And usually like the fan that I am, I would like to try to go get that list. It was not there.
Absolutely.
But the dude, lead singer, oh man, I forget his name. I'm a horrible fan. I'm so sorry, White Denim. But dude came down and started talking to us, and he was signing all this merch, and I was like, man, these guys are so nice. These guys are so sweet, and I've just never had that kind of just interaction with
a band.
A band of that. This is my favorite band. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of experience is that? I want to know. What kind of live shows have you guys been to that have just like blowing your socks off?
I went to one earlier this week, Hippocampus.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
Where was that?
It was at the First Unitarian Church. Just blew my mind, dude. Like their recorded stuff's really good, but like they were just such amazing musicians, and they just like played song after song, and everything was perfect, and like they just like went wild. It was awesome. And then
favorite song from that set, go.
I think it was sick. They opened up with Souls. That's
okay.
That was really cool how they did that. And then I'd say Sophie So was really awesome. I'm much like they're even like cooler live. Like they're like more badass live than they are on like record, which is cool.
What about you, Brendan?
I gotta say, I was thinking about it, and I think I unfortunately didn't get to see Hippocampus. They were all, all the other guys saw it. I wasn't feeling well, but I would say my favorite show I've ever seen would probably be Dr. Dog's The Swamp Is On. I don't know if you got out to that.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yeah, over at Union Transfer, right?
Yeah.
That was amazing.
It was amazing.
It was such a production with like all like...
And I love when I don't know, I just love the big productions like that. I'm a theater guy too. And so I love the like theatrical aspect of it, the whole concept. I think writing a concept album like that is hard. They wrote it years ago apparently, and sort of rediscovered it and reworked on it. Wow. Yeah, it was an old like tape that they recorded before they
like
were
before
really,
they ever released.
It was just so it was really cool to know that, first of all, going into it, and seeing how they got this theater group to sort of like literally act out this story of like the journey that they were traveling on. Yeah, it was just really
it was
very experimental, but it was just like a sensory overload mixed with like really, really good music. And I don't know, something about it was just so well done. Everyone was really working at such a high level of excellence that you can't not go to that and you can't go to that and walk away being not inspired. Does that make sense?
That
Like,
makes
you can't-
perfect sense.
It just does something to you.
Yeah,
know?
no.
It's crazy.
At that show, I was gonna rank. Originally, this topic was gonna be like rank your favorite shows. We can still do that, but that Dr. Dog show falls third for me.
Yeah.
Like it was, dude. It was like I remember when I was sitting because it was like there wasn't anyone opening for them, so it was just
it was just them.
It was just like this crazy, like there was these machines and like these lights and everyone was just like waiting. These dudes in like lab coats and these dudes like Secret Service just like walking through the crowd, just like looking at people and like talking to their like mics and like
so weird.
You don't expect that too.
No,
Going into a Dr.
yeah.
Dog show, you just every other show you see in a union transfer is just
Yeah, right?
like, you have a
Like-
certain expectation and it totally just catches you off guard in like the best way, I think. Yeah.
Totally, honestly, coolest thing.
Yeah.
I hope more people do shows like that.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Amen.
So that being said, live shows, segue. You like how I'm doing this, folks? It's a good one.
Ah.
What do you guys have for me today?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, talking about live shows, it's really just. I think what we're trying to work on at our level right now. I mean, we're just trying to show people that, with this new EP that we just put out, sort of get them to listen to that. And we really worked on this EP sort of to try and make it, I guess, capture some of our live energy a little more than our last one. And with that being said, we want people to want to come out to our shows because I think it's an honor to be able to, I guess, showcase your talent in a way that you can show people how much you love it. And I think when we're on stage, that's really when we're at our best, honestly, when we're performing for a crowd that loves us and it feeds off each other. And it's just so healthy in a way that it really brings out the best in everyone, I think, in the room. But I think that's really important in today's music, just because there's so much oversaturation. I think, online, anyone can put anything out, and it's just, what do you listen to? And I think, because it's so easy to record good music today, the thing that really separates it is, are they really amazing live? And I think that's one of the things that we really, really focus on. I mean, what do you guys, what are your thoughts on that?
It's funny. This is an interesting topic because when I was, I think I'll say 15, and I was listening to one of my favorite bands, Fiddler. Yeah. And I was like, man, like I really like their energy. I'm really into this music. And at that time, and right now, I'm pretty much into YouTube. I don't know if you guys know that, but I looked them up, and what was recorded like on a crappy iPhone was the same as on their album, and I was like, I've never heard that before. I don't know. I mean, like when I was in middle school, like there was a lot of hip hop, rap, pop things going on in the sphere of like my musical understanding, right?
Sure.
And so when I came across Fiddler, I was like, this is music that I can get behind, that I can go and enjoy. There's a certain like draw to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, totally. Yeah, I mean, we really live in an era of like extreme professionalism. And everybody's like trying to like focus on like pop songs and like.
We're the opposite sometimes.
I think what we're really trying to focus on is like kind of bring that kind of rawness to the live feel, because like everybody's so like professional now. Everything has to sound perfect, and it's like sometimes it's like I mean, we want to be a great live band, but we also want to have that just like kick you in the nuts kind of feel, live. You don't
like, actually kick people in the nuts, right?
No.
Okay, good.
Well, no. I mean,
after the show.
After hours.
I won't, but
not in the light. No, but I know what you're saying. I mean, it's
that's really weird.
It's also just the fact that we're not really using any machines to make any of the music too. Like we want to be really, and we were just talking about this in the kitchen. I mean, we are constantly starting to see bands now that we play with that are really operating at a better level than us, and it sort of keeps us going up. We have to keep seeing bands that are really good and operating at a real level to kind of get something to reach for in a way.
Yeah.
And I think honestly, like, people will enjoy seeing other people do well and appreciate their talent, if in a way, if that makes sense. Like if someone is trying their heart out on stage and really showing that they love what they're doing as a group, then it's contagious, to a crowd, and I think that really makes for a good show.
The energy
just makes everyone,
that you bring to the table. You know what I mean? Like you got, dude, that set. Most energy I've had in this apartment ever. I swear. Thanks, God, I broke the illusion. Yes, we shoot in an apartment, guys.
Oh no,
no. But
the nicest apartment we've been in. Yeah.
Oh man, thanks. I appreciate that.
Nice. Yeah, seriously.
But seriously, that set was unreal. You guys are amazing. What's the name of your new EP?
Something new from RFA.
Something new from RFA.
Yes.
Wow. Check that out. What are you guys on Twitter? What's your handle?
At RFA Band Philly.
At RFA Band Philly. Please go follow them. Follow at Live Sound Group on Instagram and Twitter as well. You can probably find them on all the other same
Instagram, Facebook,
Apple Music, idea. Spotify, all that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you can think of it, it's probably there.
Are we on Apple Music?
Yeah.
Damn, wow, that's pretty cool. Nice. All right.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'll amen to that, bro. Yeah, all right. Thank you everyone for watching. Please stay tuned for more.